Today we're going to review a product called Sheetrock Drywall Repair Clips. Let's get started right now. Alright guys, we're going to jump straight into this repair. My first step is going to be reaching through that drywall damage, and I'm going to mark out how far back that damage goes on the back side of the drywall. So you can see that I'm going to be working with drywall damage around 5 inches by 5 inches, so I'm going to cut a piece of drywall to use as our patch, 6 inches by 6 inches. Once you have that drywall cut out, all we have to do is push it up against the wall, trying to center it on our damage, and we're just going to trace it out on the wall. Once you get it traced out on the wall, it's time to cut it out. So I'm going to use a multi-tool here. If you just had a simple utility blade, you could accomplish the same thing. It'll just take you a little bit longer, but it's not a problem at all. Once that damaged area is cut out, make sure you save that piece so you can take it to the store and have your paint color matched, and that'll make your life a lot easier when the painting comes. I'm just going to go around the edge, chamfering that edge to get any of that loose drywall off of the corner of our repair. That just makes everything sit a little bit smoother, and I find it makes for a better patch. Alright, it's time for those clips finally, so we're just going to clip one on each side of our patch, and we're going to use the included screws to attach these clips to the wall. The screws that are included have the correct thread pattern, so make sure you don't just use any drywall screw. And when you're screwing these into the wall, make sure your screw just countersinks into the wall just enough to get it past flush, but not enough to break the paper of the drywall. The same thing goes for when you're screwing this patch to the wall. We're going to put one in each of those 4 clips. And now it's time to take care of those little metal tabs that are everywhere. We're just going to bend it back and forth until they snap off, and continue that all the way around. Alright guys, it's time to get the drywall tape on the wall. I'm going to be using a fiberglass mesh tape here, and I'm just going to put one piece over each of the seams, trying not to overlap anything. Now, one really important part about this is you really need to make sure to go down and hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any tips and tricks like how to mix up mud in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to take 1 part water and 2 parts of 5-minute mud, and that's what I'll be using to make this patch with. And if you needed more time than for the 5-minute mud, I would suggest going with the 20-minute mud, and that will give you a lot more working time to get everything nice and smooth and just the way you want it. This first coat that we're going to put on is not having to be pretty. We're just needing to get on the wall nice and thin. Now 5 minutes seems fast, but you do have plenty of time to mix up this mud in the bag. Make sure you get rid of all the little lumps that are in it, and that way you'll have a nice smooth finish with your mud. Now I'm going to work the mud to one corner of the bag so we can pipe it directly out of the bag. We do not have to get messy with this. We're just going to work it all the way to the corner. We're going to pull the corner of the bag off and pipe it directly onto the wall. This does not have to be fancy. We're just trying to get the mud generally where we want it on the wall, and we're going to spread it out with a 6-inch blade after this. Now our goal here is we're going to try to work that mud into the void that's in between the patch and the wall itself. So we're just trying to fill that void up with the mud, and so we're just going to work it back and forth until we get a good amount of that mud in that void. Now once we're done with that, we're going to go around and make a thin layer of drywall all the way across the patch, making sure to at least slightly cover up the drywall tape. If you see some of the texture of the tape poking through, that's fine. We're going to take care of that with the next coat. Now once we get that all spread out, you can see I'm just going to do a little bit of touch-up work here, making sure to get it as smooth as I can, and we're going to let this coat dry. I'm going to set a fan up on it, and that fan will drastically reduce the dry time. Once it is a bone white, you should be able to sand it down, and we're just knocking off any high spots that'll catch our knife on the next coat of mud. I've went ahead and mixed up another coat of mud here, and I'm just going to get it on the wall. Again, nothing fancy, just getting it from the bag onto the wall, and I'm going to use a 10-inch blade to make a nice even coat over the whole thing, and we're going to work on feathering out our edges on this coat. Alright, I'm wrapping up the second coat right now. If you need to do a third coat, that'd be perfectly fine. Just sand in between coats and make sure you knock off any high ridges that might catch your knife. And I'm just working on feathering out those edges, and when we sand, we're going to sand down in the middle, get it nice and smooth, but we're mostly feathering out those edges. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to actually use a damp rag and go around the entire thing just to help those edges feather just a little bit more. Any tools you see me using here, I'll have linked down below, but they are readily available at any home center. Once we're done feathering those edges, it is finally time to paint this patch and call this project done. If you like this video, hit that like button and please subscribe.